Hello and a warm welcome to World This Week by Legitimise.com. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notification for new videos. My name is Sheetal June, Associate Editor, Legitimise.com. And let's begin with Supreme Court this week. The Supreme Court held that gravity of the crime is the prime consideration for deciding what should be the appropriate punishment. The court added that judicial discretion is always guided by various considerations such as seriousness of the crime, the circumstances in which the crime was committed, and the antecedents of the accused. Supreme Court held that it is the principle that one who alleges that the property is Benami and is held nominally on behalf of the real owner, forming exception under Section 4.3 of the Prohibition of Benami Property Transaction Act 1988, has to displace the initial burden of proving that fact. Such proof can be through evidence or cumulatively through circumstances. Apex Court held that deficiency of words in agreement which otherwise fortifies the intention of parties to arbitrate their dispute cannot legitimize the annulment of arbitration clause. Next, we have Punjab and Haryana High Court. The Punjab and Haryana High Court held that heinous and serious offences of mental depravity or offences like murder, rape, dacoity, etc. cannot be fittingly quashed even though the victim or the victim's family and the offender have settled the dispute. Such offences are not private in nature and have a serious impact on society. The single bench of Punjab and Haryana High Court observed that it is tried in law that bail cannot be denied on account of recovery of money under custodial interrogation. In this case, a petition was filed seeking cancellation of anticipatory bail granted to the respondents as custody of applicant was required to effect a recovery of Rs 11 lakh. The court dismissed the petition on the ground of it being without merit. Next, we have Delhi High Court. The division bench of the Delhi High Court held that a person flying kites cannot modify the thread to sharpen it for the purpose of sparring with fellow sportspersons. The Delhi High Court held that the petitioner cannot be allowed to invoke the jurisdiction of the court at their leisure. The court reiterated that courts have been liberal in condoning the delay. However, at the same time, the petitioner or management cannot be allowed to invoke the jurisdiction of courts at their convenience. The Delhi High Court held that ad hoc promotees are entitled for seniority from the date on which regular promotions were granted to them. The court observed that statutory provision provides that the person who have been promoted on ad hoc basis shall not be entitled to seniority from the date of ad hoc promotion. Next, we have Kerala High Court. The Kerala High Court observed that a teacher who has been discharged for reducing the number of posts and reappointed in a lower category would not be entitled to the wages and allowances applicable to the higher category, in which he was at work earlier. Next, we have NCLT Kolkata. The National Company Law Tribunal bench at Kolkata observed that investment made by director of a company is not an operational debt. Next, we have miscellaneous news. This week, the Supreme Court agreed to hear pleas challenging the Places of Worship Act 1991. The Apex Court said that the pleas would be heard by a 3-judge bench on October 11 and asked the concerned parties to complete pleadings. The trademark dispute between Chayos, the popular cafe chain, and Chai Post, the cafe selling tea products, has been transferred for mediation by the Delhi High Court. And in the last, we have international news. The US judge has permitted Elon Musk to amend his complaint against Twitter but rejected delaying the lawsuit over the disintegration of the billionaire's deal to acquire the social media company. Netflix has been asked to remove alleged offensive content by Gulf Arab nations in an apparent targeting of programs involving people who are from LGBTQ plus community. It was claimed that they contradict Islamic and societal values and principles. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. This is a weekly program, and to get more information, please check the description inbox. For weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel. You can also download latest laws mobile application from Google Play Store and iOS App Store.